In one of the previous videos, you have discovered what it is the leadership and what are the main components of the leadership. And today I would like to dive deeper. So today we'll understand who is a leader and how actually you can become a leader. The main question there is, are you born to be a leader, or actually it's something that you can develop? And also, what are those characteristics that usually we associate with a leader? So let's start from the very beginning. Can you become a leader, or actually it's something that usually people are born with? I would like to reflect on the great example of one of the most famous orators in the ancient Greece. His name was Demosthenes, and he had the illness of stuttering. He tried a lot of practices. For example, he was even appealing to some of the very dangerous ones that I would not recommend you to do. So he was using the knives and put the sharp part of the knife very close to his chin when he was talking. In the moment that his body was slaughtering, he of course could cut himself. Usually people who are slaughtering, they have shy character and they're not so self-confident. And this is of course very hard to associate with a leader. But what was really amazing that this guy was working on his oratoric skills so much, and in the end he became the most influential orators of his time. So what I would like to say with this example is that anybody, if you really have a passion, if you have certain knowledge and you really work on that, then you definitely can become a leader in a particular sphere, or you can become a leader in particular time frame. So it's all about which qualities do you show and how much you actually want to lead an idea and share it with others. Based on that, I would conclude that anybody can become a leader. And even my example can give you a life example that in my childhood I was also a very shy child until somewhere 5 years old, when my mom was watching my behavior with our children, and they could take my toys and I was just only crying and doing nothing about that. And then she said, how they dare to do that? You need to do something. So she was teaching me how to become, how to stand to the things that are mine and also to the things that I believe in. And that helped me really, because during all my school years I was a leader, kind of very powerful in order to prove that I'm in the things that I believe in, I'm right, and that's the way how we should do. Saying that, I really believe that we can become leaders, and there are so many examples outside. Now the next question is how to become a leader. For that, I would like you to analyze 3 things. First of all, what knowledge do you have? Because without knowledge, you will feel yourself very unconfident. You would not be certain about the things that you share with others. The other thing is about what are you passionate about? And it's really important, because if you just know something but you don't like, for example, I graduated finance and banks, but I can't say that you really like accountability, all these numbers. I like the logic behind, but I don't like to be very precise. Where is the comma, or where is the dot? Is it like 4.5 or 4.6? So for me it's more about the bigger picture things. So I know it, but I can't say I'm really patient about that. And another thing which you need to consider is also what are the needs of the people. So once you find those 3 elements and you find this area where they intersect, then is that particular field where you can become the leader. And this was for me when I became the trainer, because I knew how to do the things, I knew how to deliver information in an interesting way. I was so patient about that, and also I was in environment where that was really, really required. And in a year, we really built a team that was so famous, and so, everybody wanted to be part of that team. So it was really about the movement that we created. Next step, what are the features of a true leader? And I tried to make it's very, very clear. So let's start from the very beginning, that for me leadership is about influencing others. If you can do that, Then of course you have followers. So let's see what are the possible features that can help you to do that. First of all, I believe, and I'll repeat this, that I think that leaders should be really patient about what he or she is talking or doing. Because once you see this patient, the others would like to follow that example. So you will become the role model only if you really give a lot of energy in what you're doing. And without passion, that's almost impossible. Another thing is effective communication. And of course, effective communication is it's a very huge topic. But what I would like to highlight here is that first of all, leaders use a lot of stories, because by stories people remember the things. Not only you should do 1, 2, 3, but give an example that shows how this 1, 2, 3 can be implemented. Another thing is about make the things easy, because you as a leader make sure that people really understand what you want from them, and they, if it will be easy, they will follow you. If it will be too complicated, most probably a lot of them will drop off. And really important is that when you have effective communication, you also give perspective and you describe what impact the actions or your ideas will bring. And this is something that people don't want just to see short term of, if I do tomorrow my morning exercises, I'll feel good. That's not enough inspiring. But if I would say that, exercising every day in 25 years, I will feel as today or even better and as it was like when I was 20, that's something that a lot of people want. So you really need to give a lot of perspectives. Another feature that strong leaders have is positive thinking, because usually it helps to see the positive side of the things, which makes all the difficulties and barriers to step through much easier. Also, positive thinking gives you possibility to see opportunities. The next feature is to be open-minded, and this feature helps usually leaders to explore the possibilities that you could see. Another feature that leaders usually have, they have very good expertise, or as we say, they know the subject that they are talking about or they are leading in, and this really helps in two things. So first of all, it helps them having this knowledge to take the best decision, and because of that, people usually trust their decisions. And another output of that is to prevent any possible problem escalations. So you actually make sure as a leader that if you see some kind of potential problem, you already make some steps to prevent that problem. Another feature of the leaders is also to be creative, and this connects with being able to see different dimensions and also see other perspectives that usual people maybe don't see. That helps them to be few steps forward. Creativity also helps leaders to be different, and in many cases we want to follow something different than 99% of the population do. And another 3 features that I think are crucial for a leader. First of all, they are the ones who take actions. They're the ones who are ready to take risks, and they're the ones who take responsibility. And all these 3 creates a very interesting pattern, because seeing a person that's ready to do all these 3, it creates you a feeling as a follower that you are secured, because they will take action and they will show you how to do it correctly. Or if they fall, then we know how to not to do, but we are secured, it's not our fault. Another thing is that if they take risks, it means that you are much more secure, because it's not you who will take that risk. And of course, taking responsibility, whatever result you as, for example, group will have, the leader will take responsibility for everything that occurred, which of course make you also feel quite safer. So those are the main features that a leader has. And now I would like to connect few of them in order to understand what impact some of the combination has. So for example, people who are patient and they have effective communication, for them it's very easy to inspire others. So this is something that we usually associate with a leader. And number two combinations is when you know a lot, so you have expertise in a field, you are also quite creative. So then combining these two, you become a visionary person. So you will establish what will future look like, and then people would like to be part of that future, and it means that they would like to follow you. So I hope that this video was really useful to understand how to become a leader and what are those features that you can develop. Find that field where you can have majority of these features, and then you most probably will succeed to become a leader. If you like this video, please put your thumbs up and share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe so you always stay tuned. Bye bye.